Like, do we push him to the back or what? Because I don't want this hype to die down.
Now you're telling us the next week that they're scum of the earth, and we need you to think.
Everybody gets a moment. Everybody gets their little shine. Everybody. Yo, yo, yo. Let me get hell yeah. Small Lawson 316, a.k.a. Sam Schluter, a.k.a. Sam Correa. Let's get cracking.
Yo.
Malik Wilson, what's going on?
What up?
Some some video difficulties he can't get right, but you can hear
for whatever reason, like I tried getting the cable plugged into the camera, but for some reason the port must have bent or something, so I physically could not get it plugged in. But I'm here anyways. Can't get rid of me that easy. Looking forward to talking about SmackDown tonight.
All right, let's get right to it.
Let's get it.
Malik, the main event, triple threat. It was a fast pace. Started off quick for the first little 2 minutes and then commercial break. What was your thought on that?
I thought it was an amazing main event. Anytime you have a triple threat match with Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and who was the third one? My bad.
Rey
Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. See, he's the LWO, so that's why I forgot. Excuse me, guys.
His career is older than you. How dare you, sir? That is wholly unacceptable.
Not mad at it. Forget the LWO. Y'all know how I feel about the NWO. I'm not. Forget Rey Mysterio, okay? He's yesterday's news.
Wait, did you say NWO just now?
Oh, excuse me, LWO. See, y'all got me
there
twisted up on my words, man. You know what I'm saying?
Twisting up your words. I was correcting
Dominic
you.
Mysterio.
I was correcting you.
I should start being like I should be like up to the minute, like give you like points and take away points.
Take away points, like around the horn and stuff.
Yeah, around the horn, like mute you. Like I want to mute you. This guy got no video. I should mute him. He's in already jeopardy of being muted. No video coming up in here. Yeah, I had to be around the horn on this shit.
I literally don't have a camera right now. All right, get off my ass.
Yeah,
but
we
to
all
finish my point. But to finish my point,
all 28 people see it. It's always something with you, whether you're crying, you ain't got no camera, it's always something with you.
All right, so let's talk about SmackDown.
Let's go. All right, so hey, I thought it was, of course, you got three good guys, three top-notch guys in there. I thought it was good. I didn't think AJ was gonna win. I didn't think so. CJ Carter, what'd you say?
I figured AJ was going to win once I saw the triple threats. I'm like, if they did want to change it up and not do LA Knight versus AJ Styles again, I thought Bobby Lashley would have been a good substitution, even though the crowd was kind of weird on him a little bit earlier. But this match in particular, I knew AJ Styles was going to win. Kevin Owens, which by the way, his promo walk to the ring tonight was fantastic. Anything Kevin Owens does is golden in my book. The match itself was great. A lot of good offense from everybody, but yeah, it was, as far as I could tell, predictable. Especially once LA Knight won, I knew it was going to be AJ Styles moving on to next week.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Y'all can't talk with if I don't direct you to talk?
Nah, we're waiting for your point.
I'm writing shit. Hold on a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I agree with CJ, man. I thought it was an amazing main event to finish my point. I thought AJ was going to win too. As soon as I saw LA Knight win, kind of knew that AJ Styles was going to win. Of course, I don't want Rey Mysterio in the title picture. That's for sure. And I don't know. Kevin Owens seemed like he going over to this CM Punk rivalry because he smacked CM Punk's merchandise off of the table and they've been going back and forth. So it seems like that's the route where we going. So, hey, man, I'm not mad at AJ getting the win at all. It should be an amazing match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. There you go.
It's not the Universal Championship anymore.
Hey, some people are still saying it. What you want me to do? If people in WWE still saying it, I'm gonna still say it. When they cut it out, then I cut it out.
The word Universal was not uttered on SmackDown tonight at all.
Really wasn't it?
Really.
Listen, this is the new era. This is the new era, and in the new era, they're saying they're dropping the entertainment. Is back to sports, so wrestling, and it's a new era around here. You know, we got somebody coming in, and his name is Mac, and this is the first time I meet Mac. So, hey, there you go. There you go. Fucking Mac,
fancy fireworks and everything.
See Mac coming in with the fireworks. CJ, take fucking lessons from Mac coming in with the fireworks. He's got the video. He's good. Mac, introduce yourself to the SmackDown Rewind crew. What's going on?
Hey guys, I'm Mac. I'm one of John's hand-picked administrators. He asked me to come on board about a year and a half ago. I'm doing all the podcast rounds. I was on WrestleMania Night 2, Raw, and Dynamite, and the regular podcast this week. I'm doing the rounds because I'm on vacation, boys. I work nights, so this isn't going to be something that's going to be happening all the time. So,
well, we're glad to have you here. What are your thoughts on the main event of tonight's SmackDown after Mania?
I mean, when you have three guys like AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, and Kevin Owens in a match, it's always going to be magic. Like, these guys have been working with each other for years. You know, I'm sure it's like riding a bicycle for them, you know, so you're not going to have many botches. You're not going to have many you fucked up chants. It's just going to be smooth, you know, smooth like fucking like a baby's ass. It's just going to be smooth.
Listen, it was smooth. I guarantee that. And I agree with you on that. It was smooth. But did you notice, if you were looking, it looked a little wonky in the first opening when they tried to rush. Rey Mysterio almost missed that Hurricanrana, but he caught him by the shoulders with the leg. But
yeah,
they're so good at what they do that their fuck ups look smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's kind of like, you know, Rey Mysterio's a 30-year veteran. Kevin Owens is a 20-year veteran. You know, AJ Styles has been doing it, you know, since like 1999, 2000 or something like that. So even when they fuck up, they know how to work on the fly. They know how to get something done to make it look like, oh, I did that on purpose.
Right. We cut you off there, Malik, but what were your finishing thoughts? And then CJ, we're going to get to your finishing thoughts on the main event.
Oh no, you got my finishing thoughts. That was it. Hit the CJ.
Okay, CJ, your finishing thoughts. I know I cut somebody on the finishing. CJ,
yeah, I didn't have any finishing thoughts either. It was a great match, and looking forward to seeing the number one contenders match next week.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah!
Right, I'm surprised it was LA Knight. It was LA Knight and AJ Styles Part 2. So it's gonna be interesting in which way they go for this one, right?
Yeah, I think they're
wasn't
gonna.
Just me, right? Like that came through choppy for
yeah,
you guys.
it came through
too?
choppy for everybody.
It came through a little choppy.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was
but
like,
I got-
better not be my internet again.
I got the gist of what he was saying, but I think we're gonna have AJ Styles win this one. We're gonna have AJ versus Cody at Backlash. I think it's just I think it's inevitable. I think that's the match you go with. You know, AJ Styles is one of those guys right now that's not going to win the title, but he's going to give you a hell of a damn good match. And you know, Cody's Cody, so I expect nothing but magic from that main event.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, looks like Sam's dropped out, so if I may kind of pick up the slack here, gentlemen, we'll go back to the top of the show. Kicked off with the first SmackDown appearance of the new WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes. And he talked about setting up his next challenger. He talked about the impact of Roman's reign. It was a great promo, I thought. it was a cool fact, I thought, being one of 4 NWA and WWE champions. And it's good that they're acknowledging, no pun intended, more of the outside promotions on a regular basis. But yeah, I thought it was a great promo. Sam, welcome back. If you want to take the reins, let us know what you thought of the opening segment.
I was just like scamming over the Cody, and I kind of expected. I was doing busy something else, so there's not much I could add to it. So it's like kismet that I just kind of like worked off. But of course they're gonna keep pushing the Cody train, and I just, like everybody else, waiting for who is gonna be the next guy, who's going to be the next challenger, because for the last 2 years Cody has been the number 1 challenger, basically, right? The people's pick, handpick, chosen people's champion. Who's going to be that guy now, right? Is Cody going to be one of those guys that he's all about the race, all about the chase, and when he wins it's going to,
feel a little surreal. It did feel a little surreal seeing Cody standing there with the title. Like, I get where you're saying that he might be one of those guys, but at the same time, we haven't seen him with the belt before. So all we've seen is the chase. It's going to take a little while to figure out where the big hook is for Cody as champion, but now that he has the title, I've got faith that he's going to find his stride as champion sooner rather than later.
Right. I kind of feel that too. It's gonna get some getting used to watching Cody with the belt, but I mean, it's all aesthetics. It's not going to be that long, but I'm just more excited. It's not more about the aesthetics. It's just who is going to be the guy to step up, what do you guys thought, Mac? What do you guys thought? Who's going to step up?
I just think it's always a bad position to be in when you've had a champion for 2 years and then you have the guy beat him, because there's so many expectations on you as champion. I'm really hoping that Cody has a good reign. I really hope that he's a strong champion, turning away challengers. But I would like to see Cody get into, like you said, to get into like a feud, like a good feud.
Yes.
I don't want to see triple threat matches every week to determine a number 1 contender, and then go right in. So because next week you got LA Knight and AJ Styles, and then you have literally 2 weeks of build until Backlash. I want to see, what the hell is this? But
you're coming with all the works, right?
But you got 2 weeks of build. See like a good 6-week build of a Cody feud, because he's been feuding with Roman and everybody in the Bloodline, and I want to see what he does to step out with guys like AJ Styles, with guys like LA Knight, with guys that have real big personalities. Not to say that Roman didn't, because Roman has his charisma and his aura and swag is just off the charts.
Yeah, but it seems like they're keeping LA Knight and AJ Styles separate away from the main belt in their own little bubble. You see what I mean?
No, I have that's what
based upon tonight, we know the Bloodline went left. Yep. Right, we know, right. Based upon the night, I don't want to jump ahead, but based upon the night, Bloodline went left, and then that leaves Cody on his own little island, and then the guys that you just mentioned, they're all in their own little bubble, squabbling around each other. What are your thoughts, Malik, on who's gonna be the next Cody?
Who's gonna be? I don't think we really know who's going to be the next Cody, because it's a new era right now, and just like Max said, you got 2 weeks to build this. I think that's why we're getting the triple threat matches. Seems like with both title pictures, we're kind of like in a little bit of a cool down period. They seem like they want to build up legit contenders for both titles. So I'm thinking that's why we got the triple threat matches. It's 2 weeks from Backlash. How much of a great build are you going to get until then? So I'm going to wait and see approach to see who's the next Cody Rhodes in that position to challenge for that title.
I heard that. All right, next round we had then we have a triple threat match, right? Coming up, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, and
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar. There you go. I'm looking at it, but I'm not thinking it.
It's weird. It's weird to put all of the guys who, like some of the guys that lost at WrestleMania, into a triple threat match for the Universal for the WWE Championship. You know, you got Santos who lost. You have AJ who lost. You have Kevin Owens who lost. The only two in there that actually won were LA Knight and Rey Mysterio. You know, so.
Well, and Bobby Lashley.
Well, yeah, but Lashley won, but who really cares about that match? I just cared about Snoop Dogg's commentary.
You are preaching to the choir there. You were with me on night 2 of WrestleMania. You know how I felt about that match.
Here we go.
Snoop Dogg, I think you said Snoop Dogg was the best part of the match.
Listen, this match would have been French kiss if they would have just threw Karrion Kross in there, right?
Oh,
CJ,
Jesus.
That would have blew you off the top. They threw Karrion Kross in there, CJ, you would have been like...
I mean, this match felt like stable versus stable was the other match kind of being set up. So it does kind of feel like they're pushing LA Knight as the winner of this match just by proxy of elimination. Like he doesn't have any stables, and the Pride and Legado are pretty evenly matched, especially with B-Fab and... Sorry, I had to cough there myself. Interesting to have to clarify a cough, you know, because I'm the only guy without a camera right now. But no, like I'm happy for LA Knight, but at the same time, it does kind of feel like he was window dressing to the other feud being set up here.
I get it. Next, we had the big promo. Jimmy, Solo, Paul Heyman in the ring. And man, I've been waiting for a long, I'm going to say 2013 for this moment right here. I jumped up on my seat. I was like, woo, woo. Yes, Tama Tonga finally under the bright lights in the big show, the big time. Thoughts?
I put this on my Instagram. I think there's either two things going on. One is Solo is taking the reins without Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns' knowledge, and he's going to build his bloodline. I could see Jacob Fatu coming.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it is with all of their fucking knowledge, because remember, Solo was appointed the next tribal chief.
Mm-hmm.
So they know. Now Solo's taking control by force. That's something else. But he was deemed to be the next tribal chief, right?
Yeah, and I think either The Rock is pulling the strings here without Roman's knowledge, and Solo knows, but they're going to disguise it under the guise that Roman is really pulling the strings. Or you're going to have Solo introduce Tama Tonga and then maybe possibly Jacob Fatu. And then you have Jimmy, who was just thrown out, Jay, who's been excommunicated, and then you got Roman on an island. So do we see maybe Jay get drafted back to SmackDown, or Roman and Jimmy get drafted to Raw, and then you have the three guys on one side, and hopefully Jacob Fatu and Solo and Tama Tonga, and then you have the actual Bloodline Civil War.
I mean, it could go any way. I seen rumblings already on the internet about Jacob Fatu is gonna come to Jimmy's aid, and it's gonna be Jimmy and Jacob Fatu versus Tama Tonga and Solo. I think main event Jay is getting pushed in a different direction, possibly to IC title, US title, maybe. I think US title because he's number one contender for that, right?
Jay's the number one contender to the WWE, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh yes, not the US title.
Yeah,
the World Heavy. So he's getting a big push. Win or lose the World Heavyweight title, it's still a big push. But man, and then that backstage segment, it's gonna be something crazy. I also seen rumblings already on the internet about wait until Roman comes back to claim the rightful heir, the rightful, head of the table, head of the bloodline, or whatever it is. Malik,
Triple H had said, sorry, Malik. Triple H had said at the post WrestleMania the media whatever it is, the conference, that he said the next Roman Reigns storyline is going to blow everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So I think we're seeing the first inning right here, right now.
Hey, listen, I don't know how much or how many of our viewers are wrestling nerds, minus just nerds in general. I'm a closet nerd, but if it's anything like X-Men 97 episode 5, where I cried my heart out, Gambit, rest in peace. Oh no, they better stop, because why is everybody being so dramatic lately? And I'm in agreement with you.
Sam, did you seriously just ruin X-Men 97 episode 5?
If you haven't watched it by now, I don't know what bubble you have climbed into or climbed out of, but you should
work bubble, Sam. Work bubble. I still haven't seen it. Work bubble.
It's Friday. What are you talking about?
I'll watch it after the show, man. I was waiting for it. Thanks, Sam. Well, I still got to see how he died, but whatever. Back to SmackDown, Sam. Thanks a lot.
I thought going back to this this segment, I thought it was kind of funny. Solo talking about wins and losses matter, and I double checked. He's 0-32 since Crown Jewel, so I wonder if we're gonna wind up addressing that at some point.
Well, you're right. He did say wins and losses matter, and Jimmy lost, and Roman lost. So that's why when he was like, call Roman, nope, don't call Roman, motherfucker. And put your one up. And you seen Paul, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Well,
kicking the door, waving the floor. All you heard was Solo, don't hit me no more. What?
I rock with Solo, but Solo, you didn't have a match at WrestleMania, so you really don't have the power to smack anybody's phone down.
Waiting to make that same comment.
There's that. I get that you're arraigned to be the next tribal chief or whatever. Like, I get it, but you weren't even an event this weekend, so that really shows me how much they think that you're the next tribal chief. So there's a little bars for Solo Sikoa there. But
overall, you got taken out by Cena at WrestleMania too.
Right, that was your spot to get put through a table. Good job, Solo. You're definitely.
But Solo got the win over Cena, right? Didn't he get the win over? That's why Cena attacked.
Yeah, and then I just said he went 0-32 since.
Yeah,
right. Wait, if he wins when it matters, they're gonna start they're gonna start giving them some wins. And then when Roman come back, then we all know what's going to happen, right? But
they need to be meaningful wins, though. You can't just have him going out there squashing guys like Cameron Grimes or one of the LWO like tag team members. They got to be meaningful wins. They got to be big wins over big people in order for him to be taken seriously. He
started out that way. And just because they were trying to keep Roman Reigns on top, he had to get pushed to the side. And that's how you wind up on this massive losing streak. They haven't done him any favors. with putting him in the Bloodline. They thought he was going to be this big thing. I would have rathered he stayed down on NXT where he was the North American champion and was ready to wreck shit. But no, we got to service the Bloodline.
And the thing is too, is that what did they do when they followed up that big win over Cena at Crown Jewel? 3 weeks later, he was pinned clean by Cody on Raw.
Yeah.
You know,
they've done nothing with that momentum from Crown Jewel.
Yeah. I mean, 0-37, man. Like you have to dig yourself out of a deep hole, man. Real deep.
I don't think it's.
I mean, we're not at Kurt Hawkins levels yet, thankfully.
I see your guy's point. I see your guy's point, but hey, it's all gonna go around now. As we see, he's making big moves. The people in charge are writing these big moves for his character. So we're gonna see what happens after tonight. What's gonna happen next week and the following weeks to come. But I'm just excited what they're gonna do with Tama Tonga. It's gonna be something cool. I know he's been waiting. I know a lot of fans of his been waiting. And the way he was presented tonight, I think it was a good start for my boy and a lot of other people's boy, Tama Tonga, right? He's been a long trip. If you don't know about him, you know, YouTube and Google him and all that good stuff, you know, one of the originators of the Bullet Club. So AJ had a promo, nothing personal. It's necessary, right? I like this incarnation of AJ. You know, this is more like the Lone Wolf AJ from TNA. You know, he's on his own. He broke away from the OC. Is he
where I actually
win?
thought we were gonna see AJ land was because we never really saw him address his split from the OC. It just kind of faded to the background once we started building to LA Knight at WrestleMania.
No, there was a segment where AJ told the OC like, "Nah, I'm going out on my own." So like,
yeah, and he slapped Carl Anderson in the locker room.
Yeah, that was the official breakover, but ever since then,
that's what I mean. Like following up on that, because Carl Anderson wouldn't take that line down at all.
When we're going to see AJ win, you know, ever since then he's been losing. Since then, when we're going to
see, didn't he fight Carl Anderson? I think he fought him in a match, didn't he?
No, because it was almost immediately after that Gallows and Anderson went to NXT.
Oh. Let me look up. I'm going to look up Carl Anderson because yes,
please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just a fever dream. I was sick a couple of weeks ago.
But let me see. I don't remember that. But if he had a match against Carl Anderson, like you were saying earlier, important matches. Solo got to win important matches. AJ hasn't won no important match since breaking away from the OC.
No, he did not have a match with AJ. His last match on SmackDown was the after that AJ thing. He lost to Jimmy Uso, and then he went to NXT, and then came back for the Raw and SmackDown tag title qualifying match, and he lost to Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So no.
Well, we're talking about AJ, so we already know how the E treats the Good Brothers. Not so good, in my opinion, because I thought we were going to get more meat on the bones from the breakup with AJ and the Good Brothers. I thought the Good Brothers were going to turn into Bad Brothers once AJ told them, "No, I'm breaking away from myself," and cost AJ a match or two. You know, I thought that was going to swing that way for that OC breakup, but it didn't. Now they're just hanging in limbo. And like I said, I didn't see AJ win any significant match since the breakup of the OC. And I just want him to win. So this incarnation is good. What are your thoughts, Malik?
I don't really have too much to add, man. I agree with everybody here. I mean, y'all really touched on everything. I just think it's a little I think they're going to deal with the AJ Styles and the OC after all of this. Like, that's my point of view on Backlash and where every storyline is.
After the what? Excuse me, I didn't hear it.
After Backlash, we're probably going to get all the storylines we want because Backlash is so close to WrestleMania, and I feel like WWE is in a little bit of a cool down period. So I think we'll still get the AJ and the OC answers. We haven't got them, like CJ and CJ talked about it on our NXT show, I do believe, or was it the Friday before WrestleMania? I can't remember. It's all been a blur. But we were wondering how this AJ Styles and the OC thing, it didn't feel like it was finished just because we got that segment. Just because when a man slaps you, that's not something that you just kind of tolerate and let that slide. I don't see Carl Anderson as being that person at all, especially with the relationship that he has with AJ Styles. That storyline definitely has to continue, and I feel like we'll see that in weeks to come.
All right. Next up, Bayley come out. Bayley's full blown champ coming out to address the WWE Smackdown universe. Interrupted by Tiffany Stratton. CJ
Tiffy time, baby.
Tiffy time. CJ Carter, what are your thoughts on Tiffy time with the interruption?
I mean, the first thing I thought of when Bayley announced that she wanted to give the title to Naomi, first thing I thought of was Bianca's not going to like that. She has been chomping at the bit for a title match for as long as Damage Control's basically been hounding her. And last I remember, she had even got confirmation that, once the dust settles after WrestleMania, she can, get her shot. I thought Tiffy time leading to Naomi match with Naomi. I thought the match was a lot better than their first go around. I'm sure the time restraints that got hampered on them played a factor in there, but I'm glad that they had the opportunity for actually showing the chemistry that they have in the ring.
Matt?
So the whole Bianca not trusting Bayley and not coming to Bayley's aid when she was getting beat down by Damage Control in the build to WrestleMania was one of those things where I thought she was going to come around, and then the last week before WrestleMania she never did. So it still leaves that door of opportunity open for Bianca to challenge and maybe Bayley gain her respect, because she was the one going around telling everybody look, you're just going to ignore that these girls were beating us down and not allowing us to finish matches and stuff like that, and Bianca was the only one speaking truth, but now that wasn't resolved, which I'm glad it wasn't, because now you have a built-in, maybe, I don't think they can drag it to SummerSlam, but definitely maybe Money in the Bank where you have Bianca and Bayley for the championship.
I don't see that. I think they got Bianca wrapped up with Jade Cargill. I don't see. I think it's going to be something else for that road. I didn't. It's far away. Bayley's in another direction, and Bianca's in another direction with Jade Cargill. So that's going to come to a head sooner or later. Bayley comes out, does a rah-rah promo. Tiffy comes out. Then Naomi comes out. Malik, let me know what you feel about Naomi. She came out, and then she said, I don't want the challenge. I'm going to beat up Tiffy first. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't really care for that. Anytime you're going to get a title match, I feel like you should directly go for that, right? Like, Tiffany Stratton isn't on that. I love Tiffany Stratton now. This is not slander on Tiffany Stratton at all. I popped when she came out. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm very happy that Tiffany Stratton is being looked at in that title picture, and they're putting her there. I feel like she deserves to be there. But Naomi, man, this is what I was saying about me kind of wondering what's going on with Naomi the last time we talked about her, and I didn't want to sound like a hater. But it's things like this
Yes.
that kind of make that light bulb go off. Like, damn, why they doing Naomi like that? Like, yo, nah. If her friend want to give her a title match,
Hey, when
go
she
ahead
said, hold on, I ain't gonna take your title match. I'm gonna beat Tiffy first. I was like, oh no, they're gonna let Naomi lose.
right. Like, I just gonna get that. But here's why I do understand it though. CJ and Mac made an excellent point. What I'm thinking though is that I think all of this centers around Bianca. I don't think this has anything. I think this centers around Bianca because, in my opinion, we're starting to see them plant seeds for a Bianca heel turn. Here's why. When Bayley was heel, Bianca was the face. Now that Bayley's back, we all remember the height that Bayley was as a face when it came to kids and being a role model. You hear the role model thing back in her entrance music now. We might be seeing the seeds of kind of like a Drew McIntyre type heel turn with Bianca, because we've already seen Bianca complain about a title shot before, and I figured that was going to be the heel turn then. But her teaming up with Jade, Cargill, and her not coming to the defense of Bayley and her being the only one to do that, I do see them starting to build up resentment with Bianca Belair to possibly turn heel. Watch out now. I think that's coming. I really do.
I thought it was coming tonight. I thought she was going to, not to jump ahead, but I thought that she was going to turn around and clothesline Jade Cargill, honestly.
Me too.
No.
Me too.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, it was Naomi versus Tiffy. And listen, I don't know if it was kayfabe or not, but that was one hard Alabama slammer from Tiffy to Naomi. And, I don't know. I didn't know if I didn't see that she tucked her chin in too well. And even the referee was kind of asking when they were raising her arm. I thought it was a weird way to have like a speed bump for Naomi, but still get Tiffy Stratton in there to get some glow, some little shine, I think Tiffany Stratton could have, benefit somewhere else. And if they just wanted to go that direction just with them two, with Naomi, but who am I? I'm just watching. I'm a consumer. I'm just watching. I'm a part of the universe. I think left and they're going right. So it's all good. But the Logan Paul promo comes next. And then he just rubs it in and he causes the Logan Paul Levesque error. Listen, I said this a couple of weeks ago, and at start, I thought, oh, just another celebrity, right? But then the boy showed us something, and then he showed us something again, and then he showed us something again, and then he did the super duper fucking clothesline with Ricochet from edge to edge of the ring, and then he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. I don't care what anybody says to me. He's a wrestler. CJ Carter, you've been quiet. Is he a wrestler?
Yeah. I mean, he's the United States champion, and even just the argument of, oh, if he was a full-timer, he'd be cutting the promo in the arena. It works better for his character, the fact that he's filming this promo from his balcony. Like, you can see in the background of in the reflection of his sunglasses, like the beauty of the scenery around him. He's subconsciously rubbing it in. And I love it. It's great heel work. It's exactly what a heel champion that's high on himself would do. And I look forward to seeing who his next challenger is going to be.
You're right. That's championship shit right there. Mac, your thoughts on Logan Paul? Is he a wrestler? Is he just...
I mean, the guy's only wrestled 12 times?
12 times
in 3 years, and he's already that good where he's in the ring with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and he feels like he belongs there. And it only legitimizes him that he beat Owens and he beat Orton. And cutting promos like this really does play into his douchebag personality. Like, look, I got the title, I got the money, I got the big house and you don't, and blah, 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 blah. And it just makes you want to see him get his ass kicked even more. So what this is doing is just playing into his douchebag personality, having the punchable face that everybody just wants to, you want to be him, but you also want to punch him. So I think that's a good combination of jealousy and envy and kind of a little bit of jealousy borderlining on like, yeah, I just want this dude to fucking go away. And he's not going away. And he revels in that. He relishes in it.
Because he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
I think he's Miz 2024. He's grinding his way to acceptance. Although Miz had a tougher journey, a tougher road, getting kicked out of the locker room and all that. That's not happening in this day and age. But on comparison, if there's one quarter, Miz is one side of that quarter and Logan Paul is one side of that quarter, the other side of that quarter. That's how I look at it.
I think he's great. I think he's great for the business.
Yes.
Personally, I try to separate the person and the wrestler. I don't think he's that good of a person. He's, scammed people in the whole Japan thing, but purely in ring, you can't deny that the guy is extremely talented.
Right. Malik, your thoughts on Logan Paul?
I love everything I'm seeing from Logan. Because you know why I love what I'm seeing. The reason why I love what I'm seeing from Logan is because I followed Logan and Jake through their fighting careers. I've seen everything.
Hold on. Don't bring up Jake. I want Tyson to knock him out and put that city boy to sleep. It's got to be over. I don't mean to go off on a tirade, but if Mike don't knock him out, I'm done.
But the reason why I brought that up is because this is the same thing Logan and Jake have been doing the whole time. Like, this isn't a new shtick for them to act like the rich asshole that you want to be, but you can't beat and you can't see me get beat. This is normal for them. They do this every day, and I've been doing it for years since they transitioned from their YouTube to WWE and in the boxing ring. So I applaud WWE for continuing that story and letting him just be himself. I think everything that I'm seeing from Logan has been dope. He's amazing in the ring. Every time we look for him to slip up in the ring, he surprises us time and time again. I'm here for it, man. Shout out to Logan Paul for actually showing that he belongs in the WWE. It's dope because we had doubts at first. I don't have them doubts anymore. I think he deserves to be a WWE superstar and deserves our respect and our acknowledgement.
I acknowledge it. I agree. Next up, we had Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. And, Jade Cargill with Bianca Belair versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Listen, I like Jade Cargill from the moment she stepped on the professional wrestling scene. Let's put it that way. Right? I didn't like how she was presented, but now behind the big machine, she looks like a mega superstar. But tonight, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because of one thing. It was a squash match. Yes, we understand that. They're going to have squash matches with Jade Cargill. She's still green. But that choke slam. I don't want to be ultra critical, but that choke slam, if you are out there flexing guns, I'm 140 pounds soaking wearing boots before I take my 5-pound morning shit. You know what I mean? But you put me up against somebody my size in a choke slam thing, I'm going to put my hand under his butt to help me make it look taller. Right? And I only speak because I trained wrestling for a little bit, so I'm not talking out the side of my ass, So that choke slam for me, that where I was like, oh, god damn it, girl. You with them muscles you flexing, you should have been able to pick up Chelsea Green. She jumped up. Chelsea Green jumped up halfway. She jumped up halfway, y'all. Why you couldn't extend your hand the other half like Undertaker did? As we seen at WrestleMania, Rock didn't take that choke slam the way he was supposed to. Let's be real. Let's put the cheese on the crackers, right? But the Undertaker, with his hand on his belt or the loop or the waist part, the ass part, lifted him up the other half and dropped him. And that's where, and I just thought she was rushing. Just a little bit too much rushing. Your thoughts, CJ Carter?
Well, I mean, she still looked good. She was in the ring for all of 60 seconds. And I mean, yeah, it's gonna happen. You know, we've seen like, it's not that she's completely inexperienced. It's just that she may not have quite the best experience.
You're right. She got experience, but is it the right experience? Because that chokeslam was lacking to me.
Yeah. Overall, I thought the match was good. I mean, they were teeing it up pretty obviously that Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were going to be facing Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Like, I don't necessarily still like the character that that Chelsea Green portrays, but I mean, she's getting over, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see how she settles into SmackDown.
To me, Chelsea Green is Alicia Fox 2024. She even stole the hat. If you remember. Matt, what are your thoughts, Matt?
So I'm going to be ultra critical here, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be because I don't like.
Neither do I. Because I'm a Jade Cargill fan from day one. Just the look and the presentation of her. But
here's the thing with Jade. Here's the thing. Okay, when Jade was in AEW, criticism on her was, well, she's green because she doesn't have a performance center where she can practice and do all of this shit. Okay, so then she leaves AEW. She goes to the Performance Center. She's there for 6 months before she shows up at the Royal Rumble. She comes to Raw and SmackDown, and the people are saying the same fucking thing about her. Well, you got to give her time. She's green. How much time? First, she was in AEW. She was green, but she was having good matches. But that also speaks to the people that she was in the ring with. Oh, she doesn't have a Performance Center, so how do you expect her to get better? And then she goes there for a half a year. And then she comes out and people are going, well, okay, well, you just got to give it time. She's still green. Like, no, I'm tired of giving her time. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the WWE fans saying, well, she could get better if she went to WWE. Now she's in WWE. She's not better. So what's the fucking excuse this time? Like, what is it? I mean, and don't get me wrong. I'm a Jade Cargill fan like you. I like her. I like the presentation. But it ends for me at the presentation. Because she's not getting better, even with the Performance Center. So all the trolls online can say whatever they want, but their excuse was, oh, she go to NXT. And it's like,
oh, well, hell okay. Yeah.
You know, well, no, yeah.
I agree.
She's there. She was there for 6 months.
Yeah.
Listen, I work as an engineer, okay? And if someone said to me, we don't think that you're qualified enough to do the work that you're doing right now, so we're going to send you to get training. I go to 6 months of training and I come back and I'm not any better. Who is that on? That's not on the company. That's on you.
You gotta put forth effort. You know, like half of the deal is already made for her presentation, the marketing, the big machine is behind her. You know, they did the from the ground up shots. She looked like a huge megastar. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's why I refrained from using the word green when I was talking a little earlier too. Like, I that's why I said, I think it was something to the effect of not the best experiences, kind of referring to that. Like, if she was training as hard at the PC as we think she was, or as it might have been reported on, like, for all we know, she was there for half an hour, long enough for her coffee to cool, like, or for all we know, she was there 8 hours a day and then half-hour break and back for another 8 hours. We don't know. But that's what I mean. Like, clearly the time was not spent effectively.
Now, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was, time constraint and a little rushed. Maybe they told her, hey, you got a minute and a half. Let's do this real quick. Bam, bam, bam. Wham, bam. Thank you, Sam. But, I just thought, like, I don't know.
I think what I think it is.
Guns you're flexing, I think you could have picked Chelsea Green up a little bit higher, made it look like something. Yes, it was a squash match. It was probably booked to be a squash match, but you still got to make it look like something. For me, it's all about presentation.
Presentation clouds people's judgments. People look at her and go, "She's built like a brick shithouse." She has the smoke entrance, and then when she gets in the ring, it's just like, well, right. Oh, well, she's still AEW Jade. People, the thing was, people were like, well, if she goes to WWE, she's going to be training with like old wrestlers, and she's going to have Matt Bloom at the Performance Center, and she's going to have Biff Busick, Oni Lorcan at the Performance Center, all looking after her. And then she comes out and she hasn't, and I know that she hasn't had the time in matches, but the time that she has had, she hasn't looked particularly good.
No, yeah, I agree.
She has the same booking as AEW. But you can't tell that to anybody who, has fed brain rot, because they'll be like, no, she's the best. Oh, look at the presentation. The presentation don't mean nothing. This chick was in training for 6 months. And she's done absolutely nothing. And look, it looks like I'm hating on her, and I'm not. I think she's probably a wonderful person. She's a mother, and it seems like she's a wonderful mother to her kids.
Everybody got a story, but you need to sports entertain me when the time comes. They tell you you got 5 minutes. I need you to pick somebody up. You've been lifting weights and picking up heavy shit. She probably picks up heavier shit than I do. Like I said, I weigh 140 pounds. I'm sure she picks up more than 140 pounds. I'm sure that, Chelsea Green weighs more than 140 pounds. Let's move along. I want to touch up on something about the presentation. We're talking a lot about presentation right now. So be it about Jade Cargill, the presentation awesome. But let's talk about the presentation of WWE as a whole. KO walking promo, grabs the mic away from Byron Saxton, interacts with one of the merch tables, grabs the Detroit Tigers title belt on the table, walks and talks the shit that only KO could talk and get away with it. Hit my music. Jamie, take my mic. Bruce, hit my music. I love this whole sports backstage thing, how they're going. We talked about this for the last few weeks, where it's more of a UFC, TKO, NBA feel, how the NBA have their guys come off of the bus in a nice dress, and sporting the kind of like the NBA red carpet. And this is something that the WWE is implementing. They said a couple of weeks ago they're going to have more of a sports feel, and this is a more sports feel when you have a backstage theme, but also more intertwined with the wrestling, where KO grabs the mic, Byron Saxton leaves him be. He does the march to Gorilla, hit my music. I love every second of it. Your thoughts on this, CJ Carter?
I am hugely in favor of the production changes that have been taking place in the company over the last few months. It's very much a step in the right direction. If we could put a pin in this, I did just
I'm not
realize
laughing
that.
at you. I'm sorry. I'm not
Oh
laughing
yeah,
at you. I'm laughing at Matt King. Do you even have a clue what you're talking about? Obviously, there's always a critic, but go ahead.
I was saying we missed talking about a match too. Braun
Which
Breaker
match was
and
that?
Cameron Grimes. Braun Breaker and Cameron Grimes.
You're right. And wasn't that a squash match?
It was hey, he put up more of a fight than Dante Chen did. But it was
Don't remind me about Dante Chen,
match.
bro. You be woo. Yeah, you did make me laugh there, Matt. Thank you very much.
One thing is that he also pushed the CM Punk shirt over as he was leaving, Kevin Owens. But you know what the thing is about the production is that we have been so conditioned with the Kevin Dunn 95 camera cuts during a 30-second sequence in a match that we're like, oh my God, we got a full camera shot into the arena, something that UFC and something that other sports have been doing for a long time. And It just goes to show that this actually is a brand new era when they're doing something so simple that other companies have been doing for years on end. And we finally got it. And we're like, yeah, we're just like you now.
Well, the WWE used to do this in the Attitude Era. It's not like this is the first time they're ever doing this. They're just, recapturing some old lightning. Malik, what are your thoughts on this whole new TKO production, more sports feel, more backstage segments, more Attitude Era-ish?
I think it's amazing. I kind of expect we've kind of been seeing a little bit more and more and more in the press conference after WrestleMania. Triple H alluded to it. He said, "Hey, we have people telling us we have more voices now, telling us, hey, we should try this. Let's do this." He's like, "Yo, I like that." So that's what we're seeing. We're starting to see a realism era type feel. We saw that last week, I do believe, when Liv Morgan attacked Rhea Ripley, where they're focused on Rhea and then they pan and then they walk out. This is something that we're going to continue to see, and we're going to see more and more of it because Triple H did say, hey, man, we're going to start leaking a little bit new changes here. We're not going to do it all at once, but we're going to do this and see what works. And if this works, hey, we'll continue it. We won't run it into the ground or anything like that, but we'll continue it. What works, what doesn't work, we won't do. So it's just like what Max said. It's just going into the new era. That's what we're seeing.
Well, it's time for Jobber of the Night, Enhancement Talent of the Evening, CJ Carter. Who do you got?
I got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Well, particularly Chelsea Green.
We all got that because I
she
got that
talks
too.
herself into matches against Jade Cargill and then complains about having to be in matches against Jade Cargill. She's her own worst enemy, and don't get me wrong, entertaining, but still Jobber of the Night material for sure.
Hey, I got the same, hey, Malik, you got something different?
I do actually.
Oh shit.
Man, CJ, I hate to say you're right. Really do. Really bothers me. But
I know you really take it to heart when I say something that you agree with.
Yeah, I hate it. Yeah. But A-Town Down Under, whatever. Come on, man. You guys just won the tag team championships, so irrelevant again, I guess. Everybody else got their swan song on SmackDown except for them. They couldn't even they got a video package, cool, whatever. But everybody else is getting, hey, you deserve it, and they couldn't come out and do anything with the crowd today. It was just, man, I see what they're going with them. I had big hype for them and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. But it appears that CJ was right. Somebody else should have won the tag team titles that night. So my jobbers of the night, unfortunately.
The new tag team champions are the jabbers of the night. Mac, who are your jobber? Who is your jobber of the night?
So my jobber of the night is Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton comes out and says, I deserve to have a title shot. And she goes in, I'm going to beat Naomi to prove it. And then she loses to a woman who 2 weeks ago got her entrance during a commercial break. I know she just had WrestleMania and she had a big win with Bianca and Jade. But during Elimination Chamber, the whole crowd was chanting for her. Everybody was behind her. And then WWE didn't use her for like 3 weeks after Elimination Chamber. And the crowd just didn't care anymore. You know, she came out tonight and people popped, but when she got in the ring, she wasn't getting much of a reaction of the things she was saying. And then she proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is nowhere close to even deserving to be the WWE Women's Champion.
Well, my jobber of the night will have to go to Cameron Grimes. Such a jobber event that we didn't even mention that match. And you're right, CJ, you're right. We did not mention Braun Breaker. And of course, they're going to push Braun Breaker right now. That's a slow push, but you know, is not a big spotlight push. It's going to be a background push, and it's going to slowly.
I like his other music. He got new music tonight, and I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I think his old music just suited him better. It's and I'm sure this one's gonna grow on me, but I just think he had better music. But I mean, it's the guy himself is still phenomenal. He's still gonna launch himself to the moon. Never mind anyone strapping a rocket on him. He's already stole the rocket and he's just filling it up right now. So he is gonna be on his way to the moon very shortly, whatever music he has. But he's definitely gonna be finding good success sooner rather than later.
Well,
CJ, that would have been a 20-minute banger on NXT if it was NXT Bron and NXT Cameron Grimes.
Right. No, NXT Cameron Grimes is somebody else. That's somebody else, baby. Now it's time for the mega star of the night. I'll take this one first. I've been waiting forever to see this man on WWE programming. Megastar of the night for me is Tama Tonga. He didn't do much, but he did enough to get me popping. I was like, whoo! He finally made his appearance, not in one segment, but two segments, and he is a part of a major storyline. It don't get no better than that. Mac, who is your megastar of the evening?
So I'm going to go outside the box on this one. And
we like outside the box.
And I am going to say Paul Heyman is my megastar of the night because when he came out of Jimmy's dressing room, he was crying. And he sold actual fear when Tama Tonga came up to him. And now that man has to go and take $1,500 out of his pocket and go buy a new iPhone because Solo stomped on it.
Yeah,
but no, him crying coming out of Jimmy's room and Kayla Braxton asking him if he's all right and him going no, and then he started crying. Like it really shows that like Paul in kayfabe really cares about the bloodline, really cares about Jimmy, and really cares about this family as a whole.
Everything Paul touches just turns to gold. He puts in 150% of his character building skills into it, and you can never go wrong with Paul. Malik, megastar of the night.
Solo Sikoa. This is
Yes.
the easy answer for me. It's Solo Sikoa. We've been waiting there's been issues between him and Roman for a while. The tag match that they had, where Roman seemed in the ring where he had doubts. I can't remember exactly who. I think it was against
Jimmy. It was against Jimmy and Jay at Money in the Bank when he was crying and Solo was like, "What are you doing?"
Right, exactly. Like we've seen this dissension in between him doubting if Roman was really the guy a long time ago.
He saw weakness in him, Malik, and that's the one thing that Solo never shows is weakness. He never shows emotion. He hugged Jimmy tonight, but he only hugged Jimmy to show dominance.
Yep.
Yeah, and I met him in person, and all three of them, I tried to shake hands with Solo. He was just like this. Nope. And then Jimmy shake hands, and with Jay shake hands. And no, he is the epitome in this day and age of keeping kayfabe. CJ Carter, who is your megastar of the night?
My megastar tonight is Braun Breaker. Guy always looks like $1 million every time he comes out to the ring. He is only going to get better, and he is absolutely megastar of the night for me.
I gotta agree with that one. All right, Mac. Thank you for gracing us with your appearance. I know they called you in at the last minute.
That's okay.
Aesthetics matters. So thank you for sure. You came in hot with the fireworks and all the but you're good. Hey, let the viewers know where they could find you from Saturday through Thursday.
You can find me just at Curbside Hero on Instagram. That's the best way to find me. You could find, if you can't, Curbside Hero spelled differently because I've had like 9 accounts get taken down because of my opinions. If you want to search Sidewalk,
we all got opinions.
Yeah, if you want to search Sidewalk Profit, that's my personal account where I just post pictures of like my niece and stuff. And go to the following, and you'll see the little CH in my following, and that's my wrestling page.
All right, CJ Carter, let the people know where to find you. I think they already know, but remind them.
I'm here every Friday recapping SmackDown. I'm here every Tuesday recapping NXT at CJ Carter 22 on Twitter the rest of the time. Getting in on the occasional PLE. Looking forward to getting a call Backlash, and looking forward to being back here on SmackDown next week.
Awesome. Malik, where they can find you.
Yes, sir. Matthew Malik Wilson, Facebook, Instagram, your future fave SC on Twitter, where I cover baseball, all the latest sports. I'm going to start throwing up some wrestling stuff up there. It's time to annoy y'all. You will see me on Tuesdays, NXT recap, Fridays, SmackDown recap, and coming Sunday, my boys, 3NT Wrestling, finally coming to the Dirt Sheet Radio family, 4 p.m. Sunday Eastern time. Can't wait to chop it up with y'all, talk about some stuff, and we got some surprises for y'all too, so it's best y'all tune in. You heard?
That's what's up. Hey, I'm Small Austin 316. I'm only around during the WrestleMania season. You gotta catch me. If you know, then you know. All right. Hey, hell of a show. Tama Tonga's finally under the bright lights. And we got a lot of storyline. They're calling it the Paul Levesque era. I heard people call it the Renaissance era. I like the Renaissance era because it's a new beginning for everybody. I just can't wait to see what's going on next. Thank you, everybody. CJ Carter, he's my right-hand man in this show, but today,
I hope you're left-handed if I'm your right-hand man.
I am left-handed. I am, by the way, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But he's my right-hand man in this show. Malik, thank you for coming aboard. And Mac, they just pulled your name out the hat, Mac. You're
Got
on
it.
vacation. And listen, for the record, I love every second of it. All right, guys. Thank you. And we'll see you guys next Friday for the Dirt Sheet Radio Smackdown Rewind.
Like, do we push him to the back or what? Because I don't want his hype to die down.
Now you're telling us the next week that they're scum of the earth, and we need you to think.
Everybody gets moment. Everybody gets their little shine. Everybody